Why are you like this? And welcome to Say Less, Say More, the trio that you didn't know you needed. Go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. I'm here. I'm 2-5. And of course, I got the gang with me. The one and only El Residente. Of course, the man that goes by many names, but I'm going to stick with DJ Radical Jack.
Come on, man. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Jackie Reigns, a.k.a. Ringo Mandigo, a.k.a. Swaggy J, a.k.a. Jack Uso. Ooh, I messed that up. Also, today, y'all know Teddy Bridgewater is Teddy Two Gloves. Well, you can call me Jackie Two Rings. You know what I'm saying? We out here, man. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Radical Jack, man.
Yes, and tonight, we're going to cover all the bases. Is it cheaper to keep her? When do you file for divorce? We're going to talk a little colorism, NFL, pretender, contender. And of course, you know we got a topic from the JBP. But first, we're going to check in and see what's going on with the gang. So, fellas, what's happening these days?
Gang violence. Uh-oh, Rez, you muted?
I'm a decent man in the city of demons. I'm doing well, man. Getting past a good weekend. Went to my first the season opener for the North Charleston Stingrays, South Carolina Stingrays, ECHL zone. You know, we out here, dominating. We won 2-1. Take that, Roanoke. Didn't see us coming. Beat y'all down. Don't come to our city like that.
Roanoke, like Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
For me, you know what I'm saying? DJ'd, you know what I'm saying? Go Birds, you know what I'm saying? Little dub here and there, no big deal, man. I told y'all what was gonna happen last week, you know what I'm saying? And my boy Jalen Hurts decided to give y'all another. Is that what y'all wanted? It is what it is, man. Go Birds.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm getting started on this week's edition of 2-5 takes over chopchat.com. Your Florida State content, great articles and everything. And of course, Sports Reports is ordered is rocking with the NBA preview. But above all else, I'm blessed.
Love it.
I love that.
Happy to be awake another day. That's all I ask for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But speaking of which, there's a lot of people out there that are going through some misery. They might be having relationship issues. Communication might be going awry. But one, is it cheaper to keep her? And when do you know it's time for divorce?
Now, this is an interesting topic for us because all three of us have been divorced before. So, and all three of us have been remarried before. So it's actually really interesting. We're actually a really good group of, positive Black men, fathers, husbands, to have this conversation. It's actually one of the things that joins us in our brotherhood. I guess the first thing I'll say is, divorce is not an easy decision to make. I know a lot of times, that there's a predilection towards thinking that, that men, specifically Black men, are really, quick to run. But the truth is that there's a lot of things that you have to consider before deciding to take that step and getting divorced. And I know for myself, I can't speak for you guys, and I'm sure you're going to speak for yourselves. When I did decide to go through with getting a divorce, it was definitely one where I felt like I had no other options left. And so I made the decision was best for me and for my peace of mind. So I just wanted to say that before, we really get into the discussion.
Just off of the divorce thing, yeah, I don't even use that word, in our house, we don't even use it, we don't speak on it. We call it the big D. And we don't even let to even use it in any type of way. But as far as my old marriage goes, yeah, I got a divorce. I was cheated on. I wasn't paying for it. I made her do all that. She went to court. She did it all. They brought me papers. I signed them, and that was it. I didn't have any piece of that because I didn't destroy the marriage. I damn sure wasn't paying to get you out of it. You messed up. You do. You need to. So.
Well, I've had the displeasure of doing this thing twice. So, the first time, we just had no business being married in the first place, right? Like young, dumb, just making bad decisions. Second time around, I learned a very valuable lesson of it's hard, but as long as you exhaust yourself, you should be able to move forward knowing that you did all that you could. And
Yeah,
sometimes life just doesn't work out that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, like one of the reasons why I felt like I had to when I did, and I don't talk about my divorce often. I much like you said, Jack. I'm not a big fan of using the word. Me and Toya do not talk about divorce. It's not even something we bring up. Like, oh, you leaving, I'm leaving. No, we don't do that. But as we are referring to actual divorces, it was a situation where, like, literally, it was either that or I kept knocking my head against the wall, for lack of better terms, and trying to make something work that just wasn't there. We got married at a really young age. I got married at 19 years old. I got married 13 days after I graduated high school. So like I literally like went from being a high school student to being a husband within 2 weeks. And that's just not, you grow so much between the ages of 18 and 22 that I always recommend younger people to not get married right out of high school. There's just so much you need to learn about yourself. We didn't have the best communication skills. We didn't deal with conflict very well. We were fine when things were good, but when things were bad, it was really, really bad. I didn't want my kids to grow up in a home where, they heard mom and dad arguing all the time, or it's, really bad energy around them all the time. So my decision was rooted in all of that. And I also had to consider, I was in the military at the time. So of course you got to factor in child support. You have to factor in the possibility of alimony. You got to factor in all of these different things. Making sure that a separate household is taken care of. That's not the easiest thing, to decide. But if you are in a situation where you really see no positive outcomes coming, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse, and it's causing your peace of mind to the point that you are like considering like self-harm and things of that nature, I'd rather you walk away and save yourself than to stay on that ship and sink.
Yeah, definitely. You said child support alimony type thing. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of people staying for any type of reason. You know what I mean? Like I don't care about that. If you got to be on child support, or you got to pay alimony, or even if the whole the kids aren't going to be with me 24/7 type deal. If you're truly not happy in your relationship, all that other stuff doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. But you should not stay together because, oh, I don't want to pay her $600 a month, or I don't want to have my kid, this weekend, that weekend, and a lot of people don't even realize you don't have to follow those court rules either. Like if you two can get along and y'all can just work it out amongst yourself, the court paperwork is just there in case y'all are both on some fuck them forever, type thing where y'all just can't communicate. You have to go off that paperwork. But if y'all are cool, y'all can literally work it out where, hey, they stay at my house Tuesdays and Wednesdays, or this week, that week. You could do whatever you want. Like the rules are yours. But you should not stay in a relationship if you're truly, truly sacrificing your mental health and your happiness. I don't want this to be like mental health thing, but like your happiness matters. You should not live life miserable as hell just because you're trying to stay together for your kids, and your kids can see two parents are unhappy as hell.
Yeah.
So
See, that's where I beg to differ slightly. I think it's a little more nuanced than that. So
Mm-hmm.
like for example, when I went through my first divorce, I was a young airman first class, saying E3
big
out there.
dollars.
Yeah, E3 out there for those uninitiated. So, so paying child support at the time would have broke me. And,
Yeah.
so that goes back into the mental health part of it. Because, like, yes, the relationship is bringing you stress. You're unhappy, but I'm going to be unhappy too if I ain't got no money. And I'm going to be unhappy if I am spending time with my kid, but I can't do the things that we used to do, or at least some semblance of that. So I'm not saying stay for 5 years or whatever the case may be, but just stay to the point where you can get yourself on your feet. Women do it all the time, secret bank accounts, all that kind of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of that, I think that it depends on who the person leaving is too, because we talked about this a little bit earlier offline. You know, when you go to court, it's a little different for a man than it is for a woman in most cases. Not all, but like when I went to court and, you know, my ex was like, hey, he can keep the kid. You know, the judge pleaded with her, like, are you sure this is what you want to do? You made, this is your decision. You know, I don't think I would have been afforded that same, you know, concern, if you will. And you know, and then when I was like, well, hey, like, well, how do we get this child support popping? And you know, judge is like, well, when you move, you can do it there because y'all live 10 minutes apart here, but you were going to make me pay. So there's a lot of nuance there, but definitely 100%. If you're unhappy, you got to do the things that's necessary.
Yeah.
You know, because you got to take care of you first, because you can't take care of those kids if you're not in a good place.
Yeah. I also just while we're here, I also want to talk about something that I think us as black men and men in general do not talk about nearly enough, and that's unhealthy habits when it comes to breaking up with women, whether it be you're in a marriage situation or even a long-term girlfriend situation. Just a few things that I've seen that I want to sort of like take this opportunity to really say to men, black men specifically, but all men in general. One, don't threaten the person that you're with, that you're breaking up with, right? If I can't have you, nobody else will. Like that stuff is not cool.
That's insane. Yeah.
And we can't
don't
do
go
that, right?
OJ.
Because the truth is that these threats have been realized and actualized way too often for us to act like it's a cool thing to say. So if we say it, we hear ourselves saying it, or we hear our homeboy saying it, we got to start checking that.
Yeah.
That's something that we, as men who are friends of men, we have to start checking that. That is not a cool thing to do. Two, wanting to break up with them while also controlling their life, right? Oh, well, we not to go be together, but you better not date another dude. If I hear you dating somebody else.
Well, since it's my baby mama, I still run.
Right. If once she's mine, she's always mine. No, she's not. You gave up access to that. Once y'all decided to break up, once y'all went y'all separate ways, whether you agreed to it or not, it's over. Let that woman live her life. You do not have ownership of her. She does not owe you anything. You know, of course, respect, but respect doesn't include not dating people. That's not a part of respect. 3, stalking. Again, very, very dangerous stuff. I had a coworker who literally could not come to work events because she was afraid that her ex-boyfriend was going to show up at a job, show up where we were doing work and throw a brick through her window or slash her tires. That is not a cool behavior, right? And then 4, financial abuse, right? I know the Joe Budden podcast, they joke about it a lot, financial abuse. But the truth is that alimony and child support are a real thing. If it's court ordered, then just follow through with it and don't use it as a tool to try to control the woman's life. Of course, that's an addition to, you know, it's a sort of side topic to the cheaper to keep her debate, because, you know, if you do divorce somebody and there is alimony, it may be cheaper to keep her, you know, but don't financially abuse this person. If you have children with this child and you know, they're dependent on child support, don't withhold the child support because you and the girl don't get along. That makes no sense.
Well, also, you know, like a lot of people got to understand, like the alimony thing, you know, there's a statistic out there. I don't know the exact one, but not a lot of marriages end with alimony. It's not as deep as people want it to be. And most of the time, y'all ain't making enough money anyway to really like have to sit up here and play the concern game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a fact. Like a lot of people be out here trying to pretend like, oh dog, she gonna take me for all I got. You make $35,000 a year. Shut up.
Taking
Well,
your
nobody
video
wants
games?
those dirty white beaters.
She getting half your PlayStation?
You gotta stop. You gotta stop pretending like you just got this whole lifestyle that's just gonna be interrupted. You know what I'm saying? But I love what you said about the whole possession thing, because a lot of dudes, we got it. I say we because we're all men, but I don't do that. I think it's weird as hell to sit up here. We don't talk no more, but she do what I tell her to. I don't give a shit what any girl I used to talk to does. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, once I'm done with her, that's it. You know.
But that happens because we as men don't stand up and say this is not cool.
Yeah.
Like we got young men that are growing up in a world without adult men. And so they're learning, and honestly, from a lot of the adult men that they're learning from are suckers. They mistreat women for centuries. Centuries women were mistreated. Women are just getting to the place where that we are sort of globally accepting that women deserve to be treated with respect. That is a very simple thing to say, you know what, this relationship didn't work out. I'm not going to die, and I'm not going to make her feel like she's going to die because she chose to separate from me. There's other women in the world. And chances are you're cheating on her anyway.
Yeah,
Go Big
and
shots though,
you
like
know, and
go ahead,
contrary to popular belief, the sun will rise in the east.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So, just get yourself together, reflect, because you played a part in it, even if, you were the one that decided you had enough. You're an adult, you were there. It takes two. Acknowledge what you brought to the situation and move forward. And that's it. That's
That's
it.
it. That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? But hey, we had some interesting football this weekend. So,
Yes,
what I want to know from you guys is quick thoughts on what you saw, and I need one pretender and one contender for the Super Bowl this year.
hey, I got you. So I'll go ahead and say this week's big game for me personally was the Eagles, of course, because you know what I'm saying, we've been on a 2-game losing streak, and you know what I'm saying, we needed this. We needed this. I'm gonna just say I think we need to get rid of AJ Brown. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's
Wow.
not the production, it's not nothing else. It's you're becoming a distraction, bro. And I cut for you, AJ. I really do. You're a dog, but this nonchalant thing it's not working. And the thing is, like, even if AJ had a problem, I wouldn't care. But you got to stop putting the media into it. Keep that in the locker room and let that be amongst y'all. You know what I mean? Because you're just drawing negative attention to the team as a whole, and everybody's mental fortitude ain't built for sideline this, and this. They get on Twitter and they read these things, and now they're wondering, like, well, maybe we are losing because of this. You got to keep that stuff in the locker room, dog. But I will say, I told y'all Jalen was going to go out there, give y'all super duper business, and we got 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, no fumbles. Great Jalen Hurts.
And guess what? That rematch with the Giants coming up.
Yeah, and hope for the best, bro. I honestly, I'm not an unrealistic fan. I can't say that. Oh, we better smoke him. I don't know, dog. Jackson Dart and what's his name? What's the
Cam
running?
Scatterboo.
Scatterboo. That dude was going crazy. So I don't know if it's Vic Fangio's defense
Skibbity.
looking a little whatever, but I hope that we can figure it out. Next game, what y'all think about? What's a game y'all liked last week?
Only game I watched was Niners Falcons, bro.
And he means that with all of his heart.
He really does mean it too. Like, I only watched one game.
I only watched one game. I was literally at a birthday brunch from 12 until 4, and then I was driving home, and I didn't watch a game there. But then I got home right in time for the Niners game to start. I watched Niners Falcons, and then on the Monday night game, I didn't watch either of those games much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched Niners Falcons. So the only game I can tell you about is, hey dog, 5-2. 5-2. Our starting quarterback's been down since week 2. The defense has like losing people left and right, but we just keep throwing people out on the field and winning games, dog. Like I don't know what we got to do to get respect, but I guess winning games isn't enough for that. They did I saw a Pro Football Focus top 32 NFL teams, and we were like ranked like 16, and there were 2 teams that we beat already ahead of us.
Amen.
I
That's
was
why the
like,
media doesn't matter, bro.
I was like, what?
That's exactly why the
What?
media don't matter,
So all I got to say is, dog, don't say what you say. Don't let us get healthy, bro. Y'all let us get healthy. I'm telling you. So that's my asterisk contender, is my Niners. But I definitely think the Eagles. I think the Eagles are the class of the league. I really do. I really do. And then on the AFC side, KC's coming back. KC is right there. They're not far off from where they usually are. And they're getting healthier. And Mahomes is learning that his wide receivers and skill position players a lot better, which means that's going to be trouble in week 15, 16. So, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, so
Kansas City looks crazy.
if you ever want to learn how to overcome adversity, and just go through bad situations and not give up, just watch the 49ers play. You know what I'm saying? Can't much else go wrong for them, right? But what stood out to me this weekend is I'm not one of those people that says that the league is rigged and that that everything's not on the up and up. But as I was watching the Denver Broncos getting a foot put right up their ass by the Giants,
That was wild.
they were out here honoring Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace. They threw him into their Ring of Fame,
Right.
and he passed away, unfortunately, at age 33. And wouldn't you know that would be the day they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter?
Oh my God.
They didn't score at all before the fourth quarter, and they scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. But what stood out to me for real was, bro, who is Justin Herbert? Like, because I know, like, off and on, I go through these moods where I'm like, I see the talent. And then he plays a good team or a big game, and I go, I don't know about this guy. And I went through both of those emotions this weekend where I was just like, he throws the ball way and is trusted to throw the ball way too much for somebody who has accomplished the little bit of things that he accomplished. So I'm going to go with the Chargers as my pretender. Even though I did pick them to win the AFC West, and I'm still sticking with that because I don't like to change. I said what I said. So, but that's my contender. They can still win the division, but flame out in the first round again. But as far as contender, I got a team that nobody would ever think that I would say. I'm going to the Pacific Northwest, and that Seattle defense is real. You know what I mean? Now,
Okay.
With that being said, you got to rely on Sam Darnold. But damn it, if Trent Dilfer could win a Super Bowl, if Jimmy Garoppolo could get a team to the Super Bowl, then I'm calling Seattle a contender.
Sam Darnold can win one, huh? Hey, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Sam Darnold would have to win a game against San Francisco to win a Super Bowl.
Maybe.
It's not going to happen.
Maybe. Not if the Eagles get to you first.
We don't have Steve Wilkes to call a zero coverage defense with 10 seconds left on the clock this year. So,
well, my pretender.
I don't know if your defensive coordinator gonna be there. He already talking about ending people's lives. And
my
stuff.
guy Salah doing what he's supposed to do out there. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy.
And real quick, and I know I shouldn't say this. But he is of the wrong variety to be talking like that in this country.
Hey, look, man. Hey, you can say what you want, dog. Freedom of speech. My pretender is the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
Those are my pretenders. Those are the pretenders for this year. Okay. You don't get to drop 44 points on the Commanders and then have everybody be like, "Oh, Dallas is back." No, let's not forget what happened before this. Okay?
Y'all know who my pretenders are?
Like, come on, dog. Who's your pretender?
The Rams.
Nah,
the Detroit Lions.
Ooh. Sizzling after last night?
That's tough.
Especially because of last night.
Ooh, tell me more.
I've just seen them do it too many times, dog. Like I've seen, like every year, it's they are the best offense in the league. Oh, they're crazy, and then they get to the playoffs, and then Jared Goff's in the defenses.
I know, but they got the real Reggie Bush.
Hey, they've had the real Reggie Bush for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I mean, I don't know, bro. I think my contender is gonna be the Green Bay Packers, but I don't think that's a shocker. But I got the Packers. That's my contender.
See, that's
they might be my second
because
pretender.
I actually picked Green Bay to win the NFC before the season started, but right now I don't know what that team is.
They are super inconsistent.
But I am excited, and you're excited, Jackie Raines, because they go to Pittsburgh this week on Sunday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers, Packers.
Hey, Aaron,
sign me up.
Hey, don't sleep on the Steelers. But as far as next week's games go, man, let's run these down real quick, man. You got Vikings, Chargers.
Dolphins,
Falcons.
I don't know what's happening in Miami too. They need to fold it up right now.
Fold
Like,
that up right
I
now.
told y'all last time. Put Miami with the San Francisco 49ers and Dallas Cowboys. They have not done nothing in a million years. Like it is
Nah,
crazy.
but we made a Super Bowl though. Don't put that
I
on us.
know.
two of them.
I
Yeah,
know.
don't put them on us. 3.
Ravens.
Oh yeah, I
Bears.
forgot about
Nah.
the screw job. You know, the lights. I forgot about the screw job. Michael
3.
Crabtree.
Yeah,
Hey,
don't put the Dolphins with us. Don't do that.
All right, what else we got, Jack? You know, saying
Bears, Ravens.
well,
Bears on a 4-game
Ooh.
win streak. Ravens get Lamar back.
Bears.
if Lamar is
but
back, I'm taking the Ravens.
I take the Bears. Period.
is Lamar coming back? Is Lamar back?
back?
Oh, then
the
Ravens.
Well, the Bears. Caleb Williams is still. He's a lot like me. We need chaos to function.
Hey,
You
look,
know, when things are calm, he still makes bad decisions and doesn't know what to do. But when it's a mess,
Y'all average about the same amount of yards per game though.
bro, no. Caleb Williams is ass. Like the Bears are just functioning. They had 26 points, and Caleb Williams basically didn't contribute to that.
hey, isn't it sad though? On a side note, Rez will appreciate this more than you since you don't watch college football. Caleb Williams done took Spencer Rattler's whole life, man.
He did. I saw an article about that.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Wait, did he beat him in college too?
Well, he took
No.
his job.
He took his job and just took his whole life. He did.
They were getting beat by Texas, and Caleb Williams was the backup. So Caleb Williams and Spencer Rattler was the #1 rated quarterback coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
So then the coach left and went to USC. Caleb Williams went with him.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams goes #1 in the draft. Spencer Rattler goes in the 4th round.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's dope though.
His life.
All right, Jets, Bengals.
Bengals.
Somebody got to win. Bengals.
I mean the Jets. Are the Jets going 0-17?
No, they'll find a win.
No, I think they'll beat somebody that's resting starters. You know,
No.
They'll find a win.
Bills, Panthers.
Bills. No Bryce Young.
49ers, Texans.
Come on, dog.
Niners. Texans don't score 13.
Browns, Patriots.
Patriots.
Drake May is out there killing them.
Side question, real quick.
got the Browns.
Side question. Would you take Dylan Gabriel over Justin Fields?
Yes, I'll take my butthole over Justin Fields.
Wow.
What?
Hey, he said it, not me. Why are you like this?
Oh.
It makes no sense.
Why are you like this?
Hey, Giants, Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles getting that revenge.
Eagles.
I'm gonna say that we definitely get the revenge. I feel like
Up in the link.
yeah, we got to make them the smalls again. Buccaneers, Saints.
Buccaneers. Sorry to
Yeah.
see you go, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Hey,
but-
this is Red's game right here. Titans, Colts.
Oh.
Bleed blue for the shoe, Nap Nation.
Colts
listen,
by 3 touchdowns.
listen. Some of us believed in the Colts from the beginning of the season once the move was made for Daniel Jones, knowing that, you know, the team just needed some stability. That Shane Steichen actually can coach quarterbacks, and that they just didn't have the right quarterback at the helm at the time. You know, I was one of those people who believed from day one. You know, I bleed blue for the shoe.
Oh.
Nap Nation.
Nap Nation. You know, if I was to say I had a team that I'm more of a fan of than some of its fans, I guess you'd say it'd be me.
Damn.
Clip that up.
Fuck Jay-Z.
Clip that up.
Cowboys, Broncos.
This one I struggle with.
I go Broncos.
I actually struggle
I
with
like
it too,
Dallas.
but I like the Broncos because it's bow time, baby.
I think I like Dallas. I'm not impressed with the Broncos this year.
I'm not impressed with Bo Nix at all. But I think Broncos because I think the defense is going to
Hey, yo, don't forget Conspiracy Knicks is real, bro.
And I believe it's at Mile High. And, you know, they honored Demarius last week, so they used all that mojo already.
But
and Demarius was also on the Cowboys.
I think the defense is going to be able to get Dak on his heels, and when Dak gets pressured a lot, he makes mistakes. I think that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Packers, Steelers. Does Aaron destroy the Packers because he's mad?
Nah, go Pack.
Yes.
Pack's going to win this one.
I think the Steelers win. Like I said, I think Green Bay has been doing that whole "it's only so long fake thugs can pretend" thing. and it's got to catch up at some point.
Okay. Last game, Monday night. Commanders Chiefs.
Oh, Dib.
Ugh.
Is that the Halloween
Um,
team?
I think Jaden's out a month or so that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's out again?
Yeah, he hurt his hamstring yesterday or Sunday.
I believe in RG3.
Hey, don't
Patty
get Regina
Mahomes.
started. Regina already put y'all on notice.
Patty
Hey, look.
Mahomes gonna do his thing. I'm not gonna watch it though because
Monday Night Raw.
Monday
I'm
Night
not
Raw will
watching.
be on.
All right. So
rather.
so after that, real quick, before we move on, NBA starts tonight.
Yep.
Anything in particular you guys looking for? Do you got a championship pick?
I want to see what OKC. I want to see what OKC does in this running back. I think OKC has a real opportunity to do what I thought the Warriors were supposed to do when they had it, which is to really run some off. I think that the OKC won last year on a B playoff series, like a B finals. Like I don't think they played their best at all, and I think when it all clicks, no one will be able to touch them, and they're gonna win at least 3.
Hey, do you think that last year was kind of like Kawhi's Raptor run? They just
Yeah.
kind of got lucky.
No, I don't think they got lucky. I just think
they
that
were
there's so much
easily the best
so much
team in
better
the
than
league.
everybody else. They're
Yeah.
so much better than everybody else.
They
Like
were
it's not
easily the best team in the league.
they got 3 guys that could average 30.
Okay. I respect it. Hey, I'm not. I don't watch the NBA like that. I'm gonna try to tune in now.
Yeah.
Just cause
They got 3 guys that can average 30.
in OKC right now. So
They got 3 guys that can average 30, and they might be the best defensive team in the league too.
Well, I hate to be that guy because I was the first person and only person
You
before
did.
the season that I
It's true.
remember picking OKC to win the title.
you 100% chosen to run the. You 100% did.
So I am going to be the guy that calls on OKC's demise.
Oh.
Who wins though?
And so
What?
I'm going with the Denver Nuggets to win the title, and over the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if you want more details, check out Sports Reports' order.
Do that. Number 1 best sports pod in the land. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm going with the Joker. They took him to 7 last year. Of course, Aaron Gordon hurt the hamstring going into Game 7, and they got reinforcements now. They got Bruce Brown back, Tim Hardaway. We'll get into it.
I think the door on that team is closed.
But last question, I guess this is the new topic here. So the Vision turned on Seth Rollins, of course.
They did. We said
Seth Rollins is hurt. Seth Rollins stripped of the title.
Stripped.
So now we got a guy that lost a number 1 contenders match last week, but he won a battle royal last night to get a match on Saturday night's main event next week. So with that being said, guys, CM Punk, Jey Uso, who walks out of Saturday night's main event with the title?
CM Punk.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
answer.
sorry.
I didn't think you were going to do it.
CM Punk has to win, bro. He has to get one more title reign before he's like out of that title picture. So I believe
think that's why.
Hey, you can get your hate off in a second.
Well, no, I think it's the story. Because remember last night, because I tried to watch. Remember Jay was talking to Jimmy, and he was all like, hey, you know what? Maybe you were right. And then he was like, but also Roman was right.
Right.
So he's still at this conflict. You know what I mean? So he has to lose
I remember
to dig down deep and all that good stuff.
And then figure out who it is I need to be the champ.
Right.
And then you think him and CM Punk. Oh, so you think him and CM Punk get another one? He takes it, and then what? He loses it to Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, somebody.
Yeah, I think Braun Breaker.
Because I'm predicting WrestleMania is going to be Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar for a championship. That's what I'm predicting.
And by WrestleMania, I'm still going to be sitting here like, when's LA Knight going to get the title?
I don't think LA Knight gets the title, bro.
I don't think he does either.
I don't think he's going to get it, man.
He's going to get it, but it won't be a long reign.
Unless he goes to Cody Rhodes over there in SmackDown.
Yeah,
he's going to get it, but it won't be a long reign.
Let's get Rez in here though, because I got a question for y'all. I want to ask too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think CM Punk wins it. I don't enjoy hearing Jey Uso talk. So if for no other reason than I won't have to hear Jey Uso talk with a title in his hand, I think that's worth the thing. But I don't think CM Punk holds
That's
the
my
title
Jey
long.
Uso, y'all.
I don't think this is a long run. I think they're trying to figure out a way to get the title back to Roman Reigns. It just makes sense because Roman Reigns is the only wrestler, and I've been watching wrestling. Y'all know I took a very long hiatus. But even when I was a kid, there was never a time that I can remember even the most popular wrestler them announcing this wrestler is not here, and people still chant their name the entire night.
Yeah,
Like,
they do OTC. They go crazy.
If they don't give Roman a title run in this, they just don't care about heat. Like, they just don't.
I can respect that. Yeah, I can respect.
I got a
Roman
couple of
definitely needs
ideas.
the title back, and I think it would be fire if Roman gets the World Heavyweight title too, because then he'll really have Roman's never had an Intercontinental Championship, huh? He's only been a top dog.
I know that's the one belt John Cena hasn't won.
Yeah, John Cena at the US, but I don't think Roman's ever had a mid-card belt. I think he's only been champion.
But remember the critique. I said this. I don't know if it was on a call that we had or on an actual pod, but remember that the critique that John Cena had of Roman Reigns was that he did not open the door for other people. He didn't open up, like Cena talked about opening up SummerSlam to give somebody their first big match. Like Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn's first big match was against John Cena.
KO.
And I think that Roman is going out his way now to do those matches. That's why you're seeing the matches that he has now. It's to give these guys, okay, I'm paying dues, but they
like Bronson Reed beating him, stuff like that.
So this is how you fix SmackDown. You send Roman Reigns to SmackDown, and you let him get that title. SmackDown saved.
Get his revenge
That's a
on
fact,
Cody.
because if Roman's on SmackDown, it becomes must-see TV again. You have to watch it. You have to.
I mean, he's only still going to be there once every 4 months, but the anticipation will build.
Right.
But here's I got some questions real quick. Let me walk through this real quick. So what if CM Punk wins against Jey next week? We get to the Royal Rumble. Roman defeats CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. Now you get to the actual Royal Rumble match.
Just Jey versus.
Just for heartbreak purposes, Sami and Jey are the last two. WrestleMania, Jey versus Roman, Sami versus Cody. What do y'all think about that?
Sami versus Cody would be dope. I like Sami, so I think Sami getting the title, that would be dope. I don't think he holds the title long. You give it to him a couple.
And then
weeks.
he loses it to LA Knight.
Yeah,
that works though. That works though. He loses LA Knight.
And Jey have their WrestleMania match to close off, whatever the story is.
Yeah, I like that.
Roman don't want to see them to Christmas anyway, at least.
Right, at least to Christmas.
Like,
which is still a wild bar.
I know.
That is crazy. I don't want to see your ass for months.
Like, what are we supposed to do for Thanksgiving?
It don't matter. I don't want to see you Halloween, Thanksgiving. You can see me on Christmas, big dog.
Veterans Day.
Hanukkah, none of that.
Nah.
Kwanzaa.
You know what I'm saying? So, as I was sitting here with the other half, she said one of the craziest things a person would say. She asked me, or actually, she didn't even ask me. She made a declaration. She made a declaration.
Where is she?
That the Nature Boy is overrated.
Lindsay.
Ric Flair. Ooh.
Make your case.
Make your case. Oh, you want me to come? Yeah, come on over here.
Say what you need to say.
No camera for you?
She ain't got to say it on camera.
Well, just shout it from the side.
Yeah, well, just say something real quick. Tell me why. He's annoying. He's obnoxious. All things that have nothing to do with wrestling and actually make great wrestlers, because the whole point is to solicit a reaction.
It is.
The reaction I get is I want to vomit.
Ooh, okay. So the reaction she gets is she wants to vomit.
Jesus.
That's how I feel when I see Ric Flair's daughter.
Okay, so, we know you hate Charlotte Flair. We get that. However, what I will say about Ric Flair is prime Ric Flair is a god amongst wrestlers, right? What I will say is I can kind of get with Lindsay when it comes to post-evolution Ric Flair is kind of annoying.
So, I have a few questions for you, Lindsay. Do you like styling and profiling?
Blank stare. Okay, this is great podcasting, by the way.
Do you like limousine riding and
You
jet
like
flying?
limousine jet flying?
What about kiss stealing?
What about
What
kiss
about
stealing?
wheeling dealing?
What about wheeling
Wheeling
and
and
dealing?
dealing?
Son of a gun.
Son of a gun.
Woo!
Anyway, moving on. So, guys, is colorism as big a deal?
Crazy segue. What?
Is colorism as big a deal as it is made out to be?
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna
Yes.
talk about this old ass white man. We're gonna get his saying going. By the way, how do you feel about dark skin versus light skin?
So yes, colorism is definitely an issue in the Black community. But actually, I found that it's not just in the Black community. It actually extends beyond, because there are other nationalities and other races that do have colorism within. It's just that the Black colorism is related specifically, like really goes back to slavery.
Yeah.
In the idea that those who were enslaved and were lighter skinned were considered to be do lighter labor, so they weren't respected by the field slaves as much. Also, a lot of them were descendants of the master because of rape.
Correct.
So that was also something that factored into it. And of course, it shows itself in modern society in so many ways. There's certain guys that are like, I don't date, dark skinned women. I only date, light skinned women. And that's something that they have to sort of deconstruct for themselves to figure out what that means. But just to answer the question on his face, yes, it's still a
Go
thing.
ahead, finish.
Go.
So I will say, people do that, but also it's we gotta also look at it like, when is it not a preference versus hate? Because on the one end of the spectrum, you have it where some people literally only like light-skinned women, but there's also dudes who only date dark-skinned girls. But you're only colorist if you choose the light-skinned girl. If you
Not
say,
true.
hey, that's
Not
not
true.
true. Hey, that on the internet is true.
Well, the
Well, I
internet's
think-
wrong.
Well, of course the internet's wrong, but that's the thing. That's what they talk about. It's
Well, I
always
think to
dark-skinned
Rez's
girls are
point-
the ones that are like, oh, I feel ugly. I've always felt this. I've always felt like the lighter girls are prettier and all this other stuff. That's the majority. Of course, it's not everybody, but the majority of the colorism talk is dark-skinned people feeling ostracized because light-skinned people are better. That is typically how this whole colorism thing goes. It's rarely in the dark-skinned favor. It's in light-skinned favor.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure growing up through the years,
You're light-skinned, of course you feel that way.
I've heard dark men are in, and it's over for you light skins. Like, look at the way people talked about the Warriors when they were winning the championship, Steph and Clay. We still talk about, oh, that's some light skin stuff. No. Like last night, for example, last night, the whole thing that happened with JSN after the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what happened with JSN? First thing I saw was probably some light skin shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? So light skin has become a negative connotation now because I think, the darker people, well, I don't even know how to word this, I guess.
Oh, shit. The darker people.
But the dark-skinned people.
What?
The
darker people. That's crazy.
The dark-skinned people are fighting back, basically, is what I'm trying to get to.
I feel like
they've been treated away for so long that now they like, we got the juice now. But
I feel like with men, I don't think it's the same conversation, bro. Because with men, yeah, light-skinned dudes, you typically get told, he's light-skinned, he's a bitch, slap me, turn red, stuff like that. But the whole light-skinned, dark-skinned dude is in. It's always shifted. It's been, it'll be Denzel, or not Denzel, I'm sorry, it'll be Wesley Snipes. But at the same time, it'll be G Money. Like, it's always been I'll Be Sure or Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been, there's a light-skinned dude that represents everybody, and then there's a dark-skinned dude that represents everybody. You know, there's a Morris Chestnut, and then there's Terrence Howard. There's Chris Brown, and then there's a Marion. Like, there's always, you know, like, the dudes always can get it off. But with women, the whole colorism thing wasn't a thing until women started talking about
the preference conversation, you know, but go ahead, Rez.
No, I was going to go right back to the preference conversation because you asked what's the difference between preference and hatred, right? Preference is, oh, man, I really like thick girls, or I really like dark-skinned girls, or I really like light-skinned girls. The other one is, yo, if you're not this thing, you're ugly, you're unattractive, nobody wants you. That's when it's hatred. When you have to tear down the other to build the other one up. It's the same thing we talk about in basketball and stuff. Like,
I was just about to say that.
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. That's where it becomes hatred. If you just say, yo, I like every girl I've dated was a light-skinned girl, I just think that that's my jam. Now, other women are also pretty. Like, for example, I've never dated a white woman ever in my life. I've never dated non-black women. But it's not because I think they're ugly. It's just that's never been the thing that I run up on. Like, there's just certain things that I look for, and that's not one of them. So but I don't hate white women. I don't think white women are unattractive. I don't think that there aren't sexy white women. I just have only dated black women, and I like that. So like that's the difference between hate and preference.
Well, that was a conversation that Lindsay and I had a few years ago, like, you know, preferences, all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, you would drive yourself crazy trying to figure out what I like. You know what I mean? Like, I just love women. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about all that other immaterial things that you can't control. I'm a red-blooded man, first of all.
Hey, yeah.
I'm a red-blooded man. I'm Jesse Jackson. I'm equal opportunity.
Yeah, pussy ain't got a face. That's you.
Oh, okay. I ain't say all that now. Okay.
Listen, I have a type.
I got a type. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dog. We're talking about an actual type.
But no,
the type is the nice legs and the face. You know what I'm saying? I have to like looking at you. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like, well, I fell in love with her personality and that was good for me. No, hell no. If I don't,
but you can't fall in love with personality though,
and it will never work for Xavier.
But that's also part of my type. No, but that's the other thing. Like, but that's the other thing. Like, my type includes personality. Like, I
feel that.
I like intelligent women that I can speak to and have conversations. Like, that's a part that I factor into my attraction. Like, it's a
no. I 100% agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to ever lie, or, you know, one of the new phrases nowadays is being a pick me, where you'll sit up here and say, like, I'm this, so everybody chooses you. I'm never gonna sit up here and tell you, like, man, as long as her personality is dope, I don't care what she looks like. Hell no. You got the greatest personality in the world. If you look like Principal Trenchball, you gonna be over there. We can be cool. We can talk.
But that person should be very offended right now. I don't know who they are, but I'm sorry that Jack feels that way about you.
Like, you are not happening. Hell no.
Am I the only one that looks at people a certain way when they order chicken and they want white meat instead of dark meat?
No, do you know why? Do you know why?
I will judge you.
No, do you know why I order white meat instead of dark meat? It's because a lot of times when you ask for dark meat, they give you a wing, and I hate wings.
They do give you a wing, or they'll give you like the
wings.
smallest
don't give
leg.
Me, yeah, if I come to your Popeyes chicken establishment, don't give me a wing, bro, because y'all have the smallest wings in the world. Give me a drumstick. I'm an adult male.
Or a thigh.
But if they would give me all legs, then that'd be cool. But you want to give me a stupid wing. Sorry.
So you put a chicken titty.
El Residente is just a decent man looking for a drumstick.
That's it, bro. Give me a drumstick. I'm an adult.
You know
he wants a nice breast or a drumstick.
There we go.
That's it, man.
That's me. That's my type.
Provide the nice breast. And, you know, so on the Joe Budden podcast. You know, there's been this conversation about the one and only Mark Lamont Hill, aka Dark Lamont Hill.
Yeah.
That started on the Native Land podcast. You know, Angela Rye, Andrew Gilliam, so on and so forth, Tiffany Cross, and they were having
Bakari Sellers, South Carolina's own.
Oh yeah, Bakari Sellers, my bad. Bakari, forgot about you for a second. But you know, they were having a conversation about Mark, and you know, like it was more like they were having an intervention. Like, why are you over there? Like, why are you like this? Why are you a part of this crew? Why do you hang out with these people?
Didn't they also say he's kind of like dumbing himself down to be over there?
Dumbing himself down. And then, of course, the Joe Budden podcast had their retort, which one, of course, Joe Budden went into, you need to learn how to share your friends. And then two, I was all with the argument. And then, of course, Ish had to reduce it down to money. But what did you guys think about that?
Oh, because Ish was like, we getting paid over here and blah, blah, blah. Like, you making money. But I don't know why money has to always be a topic. Like, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean your product is good. You can just be popular. Like, there's plenty of rappers that are dog shit and that have way more money than a lot of us. And they're completely
But the Joe Budden podcast is literally the outlier when it comes to podcasts.
Yeah,
most people who are podcasting in some way, shape, form, or fashion are podding because of the Joe Budden podcast, especially if you're in entertainment. When Joe first started podding, none of them were podding.
Every podcast because of him.
Yeah, like the intellectuals were not trying to pod. So what I wanted to have this conversation about this. I am so sick and tired. And as somebody who considers himself to be a black intellectual, somebody who does read and someone who does know history and someone that does take a great part of my life in fighting for the rights of people who may not understand why it's important that we fight for the rights. I hate when people act like we're supposed to be so separated from regular society and that we should just be like speaking only in parlors where leather-bound books are held and there's incense in the air. Dog, we need to be everywhere. We need to be in barbershops having conversations with people who may not may have the intellect to have the conversation, but may not be exposed to the curriculum and to the understanding that some of us have been able to build. Like the privilege that we speak from in a lot of cases when it comes to being like educated and the way we talk about people who we perceive as uneducated is really nasty and it turns people away. And it's why we can't come together as a people in a lot of cases, because we want to gatekeep intelligence. We want to gatekeep culture. We want to gatekeep all of these things as though your degrees or your education makes you better than somebody else. It doesn't. Mark Lamont Hill is doing amazing work on the Joe Budden podcast because people who never heard the things that he's talking about are now hearing about him. Does Joe and the team make jokes about stuff? Absolutely. Do you know why? Because they're entertainers. They're entertaining people. But they also it's never a point where it's like, yo, like he may say, take that down the street, but he lets Mark get a whole lot of stuff off that they never talked about beforehand. And instead of acknowledging the growth that these people are making, we'd rather tear them down. And as long as that's the way black intelligentsia is going to approach people who aren't educated, then we're going to continue to lose people and lose these battles.
Message. Holy shit. That's a cutting. Hey, that's the take. That is the take. Rez.
It's hard to follow that up, but
I hear there's nothing he said that we can't agree with, and there's nothing to like double down on. It's just a simple fact. I was gonna say I seen this video the other day. I want to say my sister-in-law sent it to me about how black people are so divided because of our subcategories. Like, I don't talk to that black guy because he's an atheist, and I won't talk to that black guy because he's gay, and I won't talk to that black guy because he talks proper and he wouldn't understand where real niggas come from. And black people need to just eliminate the subs and realize we're still all black and we need to all be community.
We need each other, bro.
That's it.
Bro, we need each other.
We do. And that's the other thing is that people in 2025 still view black as a monolith. There's more than one way to be black, just like there's variety all across the board. So also some of the people that we don't necessarily consider as the intellectuals, they have intellect.
Yes.
They're just smart in different areas. So like, Socrates, you know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. They know how to fix that car.
I was about to say, they can figure it out. That's MacGyver. You don't even know it. That's Hood MacGyver over there.
Exactly. So So there's a need for that balance of we just make each other better, because the same way that an intellectual could teach some of these guys, some of this book information or whatever they might be holding on to, there's other things about life in general and experiences that you haven't experienced that they can walk you through. So a guy like Flip, and that was the point that I liked that they brought up. It was like everybody looks at Flip as this ignorant, he can't formulate thoughts and that type of thing. But hey, look, he got his own business.
He does.
You know what I mean? Whereas, like, when I see people, like Angela Rye, I know they're doing their thing, but saying you were relying on CNN at one point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Flip could have showed you how to hustle and probably start the native land 5 years ago. I don't know when it started, but but could have got you started faster, better, more efficiently, and being popular right now. Yeah. So there is an avenue for that. You just gotta allow it to manifest.
Yeah, we gotta stop throwing our people away, man. Like we really do. I even think about like the hot box, right? Like the fact that like when I first started in hot box, like I was like, yo, this is whatever. But I realized that I had a purpose in that space. Like if kids if young people never get around intelligent black men that can express themselves and communicate effectively and understand the history of our people in this country and abroad, even, like, where are they gonna hear it? It's like the spades game, right? If you come to a cookout and you don't know how to play spades, and everybody just keeps asking you, you don't know how to play spades, and nobody ever teaches you how to play spades, you never learn. Not only do you never learn, but you learn to hate the people who know how to play spades.
It's a fact.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this to our own people. You mentioned like that we all have a purpose in this thing, right? Like you said it in a different way. But like if you think about, right, I'm somebody who wants to work in the community and help the community. Well, if I talk down on the people that I'm helping, am I helpful?
Nope, not at all. You're a gatekeeper.
That woman without a high school diploma that has 5 kids that may be under the poverty level, like she may know everybody in that neighborhood. So when I'm trying to get everybody together to come to this town hall, she may be the one person that can put me in touch with everybody. But she'll never talk to me because when I'm in the community or when I'm on the airwaves, I'm talking down on her and people like her. She doesn't want to help me. We can't continue to ask for collaboration from people that we tear down. It makes me. It's one thing that from my community work that really frustrates me. Like it really does. So I'm sorry. I'm passionate about this. I ain't trying to like.
Well, no,
it's
not.
I mean, that's literally your life. Like this is what you do. So I
was going to bring you up because I know you in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Always love to call people losers and things like that. And sometimes they just don't know how to win. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they want to win.
I was trying to let Rez. I was letting Rez cook, man. Let's let him get his thing off. I call people losers because it's a different form of loser. All right. So for instance, the people that we're talking about that are down and don't know, totally different situation versus the guy who literally has it all and is still too stupid to function. But getting off of that and going to the movie. So One Battle After Another is a recent movie that came out. It stars Tiana Taylor and the greatest actor of all time, Leonardo DiCaprio. If you don't know who Leonardo DiCaprio is,
just look up GOAT.
Look up The GOAT. Look up, I don't know, Inception. I don't know, Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic. Shutter Island, but I mean, I was naming like the knockouts, what I'm saying?
My bad.
Big dogs,
Great Gatsby, the Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby, But anyway, Django, but
Django.
One Battle After Another is a great film about a black coalition going against white supremacy. That's what it's really about. It's about the I can't remember their name. It's the French 97, and they're going
75.
against. Is it French 75?
Yeah.
Okay, the French 75, and they basically go against white supremacy and how white people are trying to take over. Blah 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 blah. Tiana Taylor is one of the founding members. She's a real dog in this. She's really really connected to it, and she falls for a white dude. And obviously that goes against their rules because it's supposed to be black power, yada yada yada. They end up having a kid, etc., etc. I'm not gonna ruin the plot, but I mean, I'm not gonna spoil the movie. It's still kind of new, but there's another white dude who's a head of the FBI, trying to get into the Good Boys Club. Like he's trying to get there. So he's always trying to mess up their plans. And Tiana Taylor is basically playing both sides. So she can get away with certain things because of him. Now, where the movie throws me off, and this is a great movie, okay? It's a really good movie, but what pisses me off is the over aggressive sexual nature of black women in this. Any way you want to put it, it's a fetish. The dude got it. All versions of it. the dude puts in there just the stereotypes of strong black women. He's got Tiana Taylor pregnant with her belly out, firing an AK, like, yeah, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, rah, 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 rah. But she's so militant. She's so strong. But her weakness is a white man. And that's the thing that pisses me off. Not the white man she's in love with, but the white man with the power. The white man with the power to destroy her life. Then, what I'll say is there's a bank robbery scene in this movie, and it's absolutely disgusting the way that power is presented with black women. It's all about their pussy, and this is what black power look like. And the girl's name is literally Jungle Pussy. I'm not just saying pussy just to say it. No, her name is Jungle Pussy. Yeah. And she walks around and says her name like 7 times for no reason in this robbery. Then the only black guy in the scene that's not part of them dies. I can't rock with that because it's like, yo, the black dude was the only guy in the bank that had to die. I don't like that. So the movie itself is a fantastic film. However, it is a disgusting look at how racist white men can look over their racism and still go after black women because of the fetish of them being these hyper dominant, but also these ultra sexual beings. It's disgusting. Yeah. And then on top of that, Tiana Taylor literally leaves her child to go back out into the world and be the militant sister that she is. Like, she's just so gung-ho and strong that she doesn't even need to be a mother. Like, it's a nasty depiction of black women. And that's my take.
Yeah, no, I also love the movie. To your point, the one downside of it was anytime they had black people speak, it felt like they were like, yo, we need black dialogue. Where is Tyler Perry? Like where is he to come write some dialogue for us for these Negroes? I did not enjoy that part of it. I think the storyline's amazing. I think the acting was phenomenal. They just did such an amazing thing. And I'm under the assumption there's gonna be there may be another movie because it's actually derivative from the book Vineland.
Yeah, right.
Which I want to actually read this book to find out more about it and sort of the world that we were sort of dropped into. I don't feel like they did a great job of telling the backstory of sort of how we ended up in this space, because there is a white purification that's supposed to be happening, and that the guy who's the villain in the movie is trying to be a part of, and then they find out that he's not a part of their crew in totality. So check it out, one battle after another. I definitely enjoyed the movie. You'll see the things that we were talking about, but yeah, great movie. And shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio, not the other.
Also, I just want to tell everybody who's watching this, the film, the disgusting parts that me and him are talking about, it's only the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, after that, the film is fantastic. It's just that first.
It's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah, it's 3 hours. So the disgusting parts of it is really early, and it's still a great film. It's really good.
So I haven't seen it, but what you're saying is there ain't no 5% nation in that movie.
No, the 5%, the nation of gods and earth did not show up.
Okay.
85%, 85% of the world done deaf and blind. 10% of the world,
All right. Well, there you go. And I guess I'll add that movie to my list.
Away. 5%,
I'll add that movie to my list.
Original black man.
The Jungle. Wow.
Asiatic black man.
Yeah, Jungle P.
All right. Well, you know what?
A rapper by the same name.
Quick hits.
Yeah. Quick on that note. So, what album do you personally love that hasn't aged well?
Oh, Reg, you can definitely go first. Y'all are gonna be mad at mine.
Uptown Saturday Night, Camp Low.
Okay.
I love that
love that.
album so much.
Okay.
I grew up walking. The thing I remember though, being a kid, is I had no idea what they were saying, and I still, as an adult, 30 some odd years later, still have no idea what they're talking about. It has something to do with robbing people and money, but they use such a their own like coded language that is not for understanding by regular human beings.
Okay. I can dig that. Jack.
Oh, no, you go. You go.
All right. Well, don't y'all dare try to call me a hypocrite when I say this. It's got to be Tupac, Me Against the World. At the time that I heard that album, and like I said, this is at the time. I looked at it the way that people viewed Illmatic, and as time went on, I just grew to love it dearly with each passing year. There's times where I still go back and listen to it, and it's just like that album was behind its time from a production standpoint. The lyrics were on point for sure.
It's true.
But the production sounded like, old school LL, like, like around that era. But what he was saying was so impactful and easy to feel, like Tupac made me feel, but I think that if I played that album for this generation,
Yeah.
that's
it. That's it.
Yeah, they would tell me to fold it up right now.
Yeah, fold it up right now, old man. Get out of here, Unc.
We fold that up right now.
Yeah. So that's my pick.
All right. So this album is triple platinum. This album is nominated for a Grammy. This album is from one of the greatest performers of all time. He's one of the most famous people in the world. Will Smith's Millennium.
Whoa.
Will Smith's Millennium. Will 2K, Wild Wild West,
Okay.
and freaking it. 3 singles. Like I said, this album went triple platinum, 2 Grammy noms. He's got an American Music Award, a Britain Award, and he performed at the MTV Awards and also won a Kids' Choice Award.
I hate that you looked up the accolades for this album.
Hey, dog, I told you. Y'all asked the question. I said I got something for y'all that y'all are not going to expect. But Will Smith Millennium album came out in 1999. That's it.
You know what?
That's crazy.
Taking it back to the days of Lance Storm, if we could be serious for a minute.
You still love this album?
Triple platinum, bro. I have it on my playlist. I listen to a couple of them songs every couple of weeks.
That is
I had an honorable mention for mine too.
Okay.
Ja Rule's Veni Vidi Vici album.
Great album.
Such an amazing album.
You said albums that didn't age well.
Well, it didn't, because if I played it for kids right now, like they would not, like it would not hit.
It would not register.
That's true.
No, like Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule on Murderers. Oh my gosh.
And then of course, without pissing off Radical Jack, I guess my honorable mention would be Into the 36 Chambers.
All right, next subject.
And before we get out of here, I did change my mind. I am adding You God, to my celebrities I would like to meet and fan out over list.
You can't fan out over You God, though.
I can. That's a great book.
How can you fan out over You God when half of people?
What would you say? Like, I really enjoyed it when you
were a part of the group.
I would be like, God, that verse on Triumph, son.
You're player number 6. Nobody cares about you. You're player 6.
You God didn't start Triumph, did he?
No, he didn't start. That was Inspector Deck.
Nobody cares about the 6th verse in that song, bro.
You're player 6,
like
bro.
this?
Come on.
Why you got to be like this?
There is one definitive verse on Triumph. It is not spit by you, God.
I'm curious to know how many people know who you God is. I really want to know.
If you God robbed my home, like in broad daylight,
You would not know who he was.
with a shirt on that
You would
said,
know Golden Arms.
"My name is you, God."
You would know Golden Arms.
I would not, my guy.
Yo,
I
you
promise you. If he just had on a Wu-Tang shirt, like not a "My name is you, God" shirt, if he just walked through my neighborhood with a Wu-Tang shirt on, I would like, oh, dude must be a fan.
Let's just be honest. Ready? You ready? Watch this. RZA, Jizza, Inspector Day, Raekwon the Chef, Method Man, Old Dirty Bastard, the rest of them niggas. That's how that goes. That's it.
So,
That's it.
So one last time before we get out of here.
Capadonna.
Why are you like this?
Capadonna.
Why are you like this?
Oh.
Ugh, take us out of here.
Oh, gross. As always, we appreciate everyone who tunes in. Whether you're a first-time listener, a last-time listener, we're just three guys with a perspective hoping to deliver a diverse way of thinking. Open dialogue always expands intelligence. Say less.
Say more.
Yeah, you definitely say less.
You got your butt podcast.
You.
Shout out to you, God. Capadonna, all y'all.
Master Killer, what up?
You're